Before digital, authenticity was a matter of physical wear, in ink smudges, paper folds, the faint breath in a piano's sustained pedal. These flaws weren't just mistakes, they were proof of human touch. A Renaissance forger might painstakingly age parchment to mimic time's hands. We learn from childhood that perfection is suspect, and that cracks in the glass make it feel real. The grain on film isn't noise, it's memory made visible. Imperfections have long been our shorthand for truth. Now, in the age of AI, generated textures and algorithmic media humanizations, we outsource our trust to machines that mimic wear. A digital painting can be aged with a single click. A synth line can now sound imperfect by design. The illusion of the hand is no longer accidental. It's intentional, scalable, marketable. We've turned authenticity into a product, and in doing so have built an industry not around truth, but trust. And trust, as it turns out, is just another kind of performance.
Early computer systems were mechanical marvels constrained by vacuum tubes and punch cards. Engineers had to...
The moment authenticity became a sellable asset, it ceased to be a virtue and became a commodity. Today, AI doesn't just generate convincing voices or handwriting. It injects carefully calculated imperfections into every line of text and tone of speech. A bot might stumble over a typo in its message. An AI voice could crack at the exact moment to mimic human emotion. What used to signal raw humanity is now algorithmically produced, designed not for truth, but for trust. The arms race between detection and fabrication has created a new economy of trust. For every AI designed to spot fake documents, another is trained on centuries old handwriting samples, learning how ink bleeds, paper crumples, and human fatigue shifts the pen's angle. These imperfections are no longer accidental. They're engineered for persuasion, and they're everywhere. From dating profiles to customer service, bots to deepfake testimonials, selling products we've never touched. Neil Postman warned that technology does not merely change tools, it reshapes the way we understand language and trust. If AI can now replicate every sign of human imperfection, it follows logic that our systems will start to believe in its authenticity too. The result is a technopoly where fakeness becomes the new standard, and trust is bought by whoever can most convincingly mimic humanity.
President Trump has signed a new executive order today focused on artificial intelligence. It lays the foundation out for federal testing of the world's most powerful AI systems before they're publicly released. Now, the testing would rely on voluntary collaboration from the nation's top AI companies. Let's bring in NBC News White House correspondent Monica Albus. Monica, the president was expected to sign this executive order weeks ago. Why the delay, and what exactly does this say?
Yeah, this did come as a little bit of a surprise today, Joe, because it was President.
In Roland Barthes' framework of photography, there was a sacred tension between having been there and our perception of it. The photograph held the evidence of existence itself, a temporal artifact that defied illusion because it had already happened. But now AI can generate images with the exact same visual logic as reality, but none of its history. When these fabrications become indistinguishable from authentic photographs, they begin to erode Barthes' foundational concept. What happens when you no longer know which moments? Trump signed an executive order addressing artificial intelligence, another attempt to catch up with a technology already outpacing human comprehension. These directives will shape how we distinguish between real and fake at scale. But the problem is no longer just regulation. It's epistemological. Neil Postman warned that when television made words secondary to images, our ability to reason got short, circuited by spectacle. Now AI makes spectacle obsolete. It gives us faked reality with none of the question. The more fakes feel real, the harder it is to trust anything at all. We begin craving authenticity, not as a quality of origin, but as a signature, a digital watermark or human style flourish that signals this came from somewhere. But if AI can simulate those signatures perfectly, what remains? The soul is now just another aesthetic layer, one we can download and apply over any backgrounds. Authenticity becomes less about experience and more about convincing simulations. And the deeper implication in
Electronics for combat use means new concepts, new tools, new weapons.
What happens when we can no longer tell what is real from what feels real? Trust has always been fragile, but now it's being weaponized by algorithms trained to mimic the cracks of human imperfection. We used to value authenticity because it was hard to fake a handwritten letter, grainy film stock, the smudge on an old photograph. Today, these textures are generated in milliseconds, crafted not from lived experience, but optimized data sets. The paradox is that we still trust them. Why? Because for centuries, authenticity has been about signal more than substance. A signature was once proof of intent. Now it's a vector graphic.